Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for the story time with April Garza. So if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button. And just to let you know, if you haven't been seeing my other videos, make sure you watch the other story time because it's not going to make any sense. I don't think you need to see the first one. And today I put part 2 and today is part 3. So basically what this is just some things that I've experienced, why I'm afraid of the dark, why I have insomnia, why I have sleep paralysis, and things like that. Now, for this part 3, it's going to continue off with my daughter when we lived in the trailer, and it was like this little girl ghost or whatnot, and then everyone having their own experience at that trailer that my grandma lives in now still. So that's that. So let's fast forward, not really fast forward, but let's just a little bit now that my daughter's a little bit older, during that time that I'm telling you the story. So we're going to continue it. So don't forget, before I even start, to grab yourself a little drink, a little snack, whatever. It is late. It's about 11 o'clock at night. I am doing this kind of late, and I was watching the haunting house on hill or something like that. It's really intense, and some of those things like the sleep paralysis I can really relate to. Other things no, but the sleep paralysis I can. I'm like, dude, that's the same sound that I make when I'm going through it. So anyway, don't forget to grab and your little snack or whatever, and yeah, let's continue. So when I said about to my little girl, like the little ghost kind of like growing up with my daughter and all this stuff, and this makeup has been on me all day, so excuse me if it don't look good. So this is not a makeup tutorial, it's just a story time telling. So anyway, let's continue. So I started noticing that she started seeing things, like seeing like things that aren't there. And I know some parents will be like, oh my god, like, did you take her to therapy, did you take her this? And I'm like, no. Like, when I watch people, like movies of like really true events and parents don't believe the kids, it's always really true. Me and Dan are not those type of people. My mom sees things, and my, like, it's something that it runs in the family, I guess. I don't, but Destiny did when she was little, and she would wake up in the middle of the night crying, and it started happening when economy went down and we had to move to my in-laws, because where I live, it's an oil-filled town, like big time oil-filled town. And so this happened like years ago, because my daughter's 14 years old now, and I want to say she was about, I don't know, 3-4 years old, something like that. And she would say that this lady kept bothering her, kept seeing her, and all this other stuff. So we were like, okay, well, what does she look like? And she's like, well, she's this lady, and she's old, and she keeps doing this and taking off her hair, and she's like floating in front of the fan or whatever, because sometimes she would go sleep in the middle between my in-laws. So I was like, wait, who? And I was like, I don't know who this lady is. And so she was describing it to Dan, and then Dan described it to his mom and everything, and they came to the conclusion that it was his step-grandmother. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He goes, because she would wear wigs, and me and her never got along, he said. He goes, and yeah. So she like literally described the grandmother. And I don't know who she looks like, because she already passed before I even met Dan. I don't even, pictures, I couldn't even tell you what she looked like. Like I said, I never met her. she had passed away before Jen and I got together, and the girls don't know who she looks like, but yet my daughter described her. And so she's like, yeah, and then I kept seeing this man in the restroom. And supposedly what I heard was my mother-in-law had heard, had said like that she had seen a man in the restroom the night that the grandmother passed away, which is like her husband. So she's like, maybe she's seen him, you know, stuff like that. So I remember she would wake up and crying, and I remember hearing Dan like get up and be like, you need to leave her alone. If you have beef or you were like mad or whatever, like get mad at me, but quit bothering my daughter. Like he was just like yelling out to the room or whatever. And yeah, so it happened several times of her. There's times where she says like she would see this young girl, so she would see like different people, and she would tell me about it, and she'll be like, Mom, like she was little, and she would literally tell me a story. So for a 4-year-old, I mean, you can't really be like, oh, she's faking it, because she would say it. She would tell my mom, and my mom believed her too, because my mom's like, I would see things also, but not like her, not like crazy like her. So it was just something like that, and then over time it went away. So she like it was just when she was younger. So I know like a lot of people say kids go through it and then they like it goes away. So I was like, okay, cool, like it goes away, it went away. Awesome, you know. Roughly not that long ago, she started seeing things again, and yeah, she started seeing things again. Her grandpa passed away in April, and so we're here with her grandmother and everything, and mother-in-law and stuff, and she started seeing things again. She hasn't mentioned it. I haven't brought it up to her. I really don't like to push it. I really don't like to ask, but because she's gone see things since she was little, she's not scared. She's just kind of like, okay, whatever, like go back to sleep. She sees it. Like she's not to the point where she's like super scared anymore. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we just feel like hopefully it's not an evil spirit. Maybe they're just there trying to get attention because they're trying to find someone that can see them or whatever. But she hasn't interacted or anything like that. The only thing she told me was she saw a guy with a hat, and that's the last one she talked about. Oops, that's one she talked about, and that was it. So yeah, that's the story between that. So yeah, so that's about that. But yeah, that was just, it's still there. The trailer's there, it's still there. My grandmother still lives there. I haven't gone over there in a while just because I've been super, super busy. But when I go, it's nothing crazy. Like, it's just me and my grandmother. We'll have breakfast. I'll pick her up to take her to doctor's appointments. I come back, we laugh, you know, whatever. But it's not to the point where it's like anything crazy or scary or like we have to move and things are falling off the walls. It's nothing like that whatsoever. So I just wanted to end that part of the trailer, the little girl and the ghost, and my daughter and whatnot. So today we're going to start off with something, moving on to dreams. Now, these dreams that I have are really intense, really crazy, really like smells, sounds, detailed. So yeah, so we're gonna start off with one of the stories, not stories, one of the dreams that I've had, I want to say maybe a year to 2 years ago, and it stuck with me ever since. And when I tell my family, like my brother's girlfriend, or I tell my cousin, or I'll tell my mom, or not really my mom, but I just tell like people, like my closest family and friends, they're just like, or Dan, they're just like, oh my god, like you need to write it down, you need to write a story, you need to like, this is so really cool, I wish I could see that, I wish I can dream that. And I'm like, no you don't, because it's not a movie playing. Like it's really intense. Like you are like in the video game and you're just like, you're the avatar and you're just like you know what I mean? Like you see through that. You're not seeing like, you know, normally you dream like you see yourself. No, you're looking down, like you're the avatar. Like if you're playing a video game and you're controlling it somewhat, but you're not seeing yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're looking down type of thing. So I'm like, no you don't. It is really crazy. So it was a dream and I'm going to describe it really crazy for you guys, okay? I want to say the time was about 1700, 1800s time. I was in this room with, it's a huge room. It was a library, and they had like the old type of bookshelves. Bunch of books. They had the little ladder where you would like kind of like Beauty and the Beast with the little ladder, and like, she would walk and or she would move the ladder and she can grab books and stuff like that. Not as big as that, but it was big because it was in a room. And I could see the windows and I can see outside, and it was like, I don't know, really early in the morning, I want to say, because it was foggy. Um yeah, it was like fog. It was foggy, and I was in this room and I would see this big old, because I said it's like from the 1700, 1800 desk, like those big oak desks. And I see stacks of papers and books, and I see this candle that is lit, and it's like one of those old candles, like not like a candle now, like where you would put the wax, I mean the little wick, and that you would carry, you know, type of thing, and you see the candle wax dripping type of thing. You see like the old antique pens type of thing, like it, you can tell that it was not from this time. And it was just weird. Like I knew why I was there. It's so weird. Like I didn't go through it, but when I was dreaming it, I already knew. Like back then, it was supposed to be like I was a medium, where this family were having problems with a little girl ghost. Again, little girl ghost. And they were telling me like, we need to get rid of her, you need to, you know, contact with her, whatever you do, you need to get rid of her, like type of thing. Like it was like I already went through it, but the dream wasn't like it, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like you already know, and like you're going through it, you already know why you're there, even though you haven't seen it or you haven't, like, it's not playing it, you know what I mean, like in your mind or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, right? And I remember seeing my reflection, like it didn't look like me, but it was the same eye color, and I know that it was me. I remember looking down, and I'm wearing this old antique dress, and it was white with baby blue flowers all over the dress. And I can see down where I'm wearing the old antique boots, like the black antique boots. If I can find something similar, I will put pictures here. More or less what I'm looking for. That way you guys can get like the actual, more or less what it looks like. Because it's not going to be exact, but more or less of what it looks like. And I remember I was there and I kept looking for her, the little ghost. And I remember seeing a little light on the left side because I was in front of the desk. And it had like the desk here, and then around this area you had like a little, like old little like chimney where like they had fire, and you had like books there that kind of like in. So that was like further into the room, and the books everywhere. And I remember looking into the left, and I see like a flash of light, right? And I was like, oh, that's her, that's her. And I can hear her going like like she was just laughing. And I was like, what the heck, you know? But it was like, I would be like, where are you? Like, you know, calling her. And I would see the little light go, and the little light was on the other side of the room. And the light was over here. Like, it was like she was trying to get away from me. Like, I was trying to capture her, and she was trying to get away from me. And so I remember, I don't even know if this is even true or what, but it was kind of like some witchy New Orleans type of thing, I guess. I don't know. I had a drum in my hand, like a little small little drum with the thing, and I remember I was trying to capture her, and I did this little dance where it was kind of like a ritual to capture her. And I remember slamming my foot, going boom, ta 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 boom, and I would turn, and then I would go boom, ta 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 boom, and I was turning the boom, ta 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 boom, boom, ta 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 boom, boom, ta 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 boom, and it was just getting louder and louder and louder and louder, and I could see my hair floating when I was turning, and my hair is like pitch, like black. Like I had black hair around that time. And I was just turning and I was just like, boom, ta-taka, taka, taka, boom. And then I would turn and boom, ta-taka, taka, taka, boom. And I was going around the whole room. And it was getting louder and louder. And the more that I was doing it, the more the light was opening and like able to see her instead of just a flash of light. And I was doing it and it was just trying to go away and trying to get away. And I was just like, boom, taka, 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 boom, boom, taka, taka, boom. And I just kept going and going and going. And sorry, this little earpiece is falling. And so I was just like, oh my God. And I was going and going. And then all of a sudden, I went right in front of the chimney. And I did it one more time. And I captured her. She looked at me. And she was wearing like a old antique-ish dress. And her hair was down halfway up. The same, now that I think about it, the same hairstyle as that other dream, and had like a bow. Like her hair was halfway up and it had a bow. And I remember, and she was like she turned to look at me and her eyes were like, you know, like dark, like black. And I remember, boom, I woke up and I was just like, I got up and I said, I was like, oh my God, oh my God. Like I couldn't, because my ears were burning so bad from how loud the sound was. And I woke up thinking maybe somebody's drilling, somebody's doing something outside. There was no sound. So experimenting a dream where you can actually hear things like that, and then you, like, it woke you up and you hear it and you're like, what the hell? I immediately text Dan and I was telling him every single, like, oh my God, I just woke up, I was freaking out, this is what happened, I was playing this thing, trying to capture this ghost, it was going boom, taka, 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 boom, boom, taka, 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 boom, and like literally my text is like that, and I'm going on and on and on, and he's all like, oh my God, you need to write this down. I was like, bitch, I'm terrified, I just woke up from this crazy ass dream, so detailed, and you're telling me to write a book. Well, then I wrote it down, obviously, because I have journals, like my dream journals, and I literally write down stuff. It was just so intense, and it's just crazy. I wanted to start writing, like, my stuff down, on a vlog. I have one, I just haven't, like, really gone on it, and I have it there. Of course, I need to copyright it and all that stuff, so I want people to steal my stuff and thinking, like, oh, well, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was so crazy and so intense, and the floors were hardwood floors. Like, I can just picture everything in that dream. I don't know what it was. I till this day, it's still in my head. I could still remember everything. Like I said, the windows, the fogness, the ghost, the sound, the drum, my outfit, my hair, I knew my eyes, my reflection, the candles, the chimney, the old antique books, like the old pens, like you dip in the ink, like every single thing. And it's just so crazy. Like it's just crazy, guys. But that's it for that dream, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off here, because there's more dreams I gotta tell you guys about, but it has nothing to do with this dream. So that is it, guys. I really hope you guys are liking these parts, these little story time with April Garza. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I love sharing it with you guys, just to see who else out there is going through the same thing or have gone through the same thing. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Don't forget to slam the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified for future videos. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. And don't forget to watch the other videos that I did first. If you haven't seen those first, then come back to this one. But yeah, and I hope you guys like the other video that I uploaded. I think this is my third video I upload today. So yeah. I don't know what that was. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a good night or day, whatever time you're watching this. And yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.